I'm cool with that. I also will probably, I might bug you to borrow your guys' washer and dryer
Yeah.
if I'm stuck there for 2 weeks. So, but I'll obviously let you guys know.
Absolutely.
So I haven't. They haven't. They always tell you like details on stuff last minute, and then it makes it hard for us to actually get travel planned. So, but I'm supposed to be down at Honeywell, and the guess is 2 weeks. Or it shouldn't be more than 2 weeks, but I don't know the exact amount of time yet. But probably at least a week, potentially 2 weeks. And I'm hoping it doesn't overlap with Mika's second birthday. So, because then I might have to figure out how to get home for that. But I did think about just bringing Sarah and the kids with me, but
Yeah, you might as well.
yeah,
See
we'll have to see.
Grandma? She still lives around here, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's still up there or down there. So, and then yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I just think it's funny that I basically still work on the same programs as when I lived down there. So
Really?
yeah, some of the programs I work on. I'm just on the other side of things instead of, you know, creating things and asking for approval. I'm the person giving approval. So,
Well, that's an upgrade.
yeah, for sure. I'd much rather be the person that reviews and says yes or no than the person that has to ask for permission. Hey,
Yes.
welcome.
Well. Looks like everyone's here.
I know. How you doing? I know you're tired, but is
Yeah.
everybody
I
recovering?
I feel pretty good. I was the last one to get it, so I thought I was like Superman. I was like, I'm immune to COVID, and
then it hit.
my son breathed into my face for like 2 days, like hot fever breath, and then I got sick. So
wow, that's too bad. How's your son doing?
he's doing just fine.
Good.
He was really sick there for a little bit, but
Yeah, I bet.
How bad were the symptoms?
Really not much, short of 105 fever. I didn't even know fevers went that high normally.
105?
105.
Did you go to the hospital?
No. We called the doctor.
That's really close to brain damage.
Brain damage is more like 108, and that's
I thought it was 106.
I mean, 106 is still like if an adult has 106 temperature, you need to go to the ER immediately.
Yeah.
Kids run higher fevers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like 103 is normal for fever.
Yeah, like if your kid isn't above like even like I know for especially for like toddlers, like anywhere in the range of like 97 to 99 is normal, which is crazy.
Yeah, so like a 102 is like a low fever.
Oh, that's it.
He was sick enough though. His fever was high enough that he was breathing like shallow and rapidly.
It's kind of scary.
It was scary, but we called the doctor, and the doctor was like, just give him lots of medication, and if he doesn't get better, then call me. But he got better.
That's good. That's good.
Old? 2 years old.
Oh, yeah. 2? Okay, man. I thought we were talking like a 10-year-old or something.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a big deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Everybody's here. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, last time, where are we at? You guys had...
I wasn't there, so...
Yeah, so you guys had kind of tracked Artemis and his group to the alleyway, like followed them, kind of engaged with them, had a sort of interesting, like, we want this guy, but we don't want to hurt you, and we don't want to hurt you either, but we don't want to let you take this guy kind of situation going on until it kind of broke out into semi full out fight, and they ended up most of them retreating and escaping, except for one of the kind of underling people, it seems, that you guys managed to kill down here. and shortly after, you guys were kind of like, you waited around till the rope trick spell that Artemis had cast dissipated to see if he was still stuck up in his little extra dimension there. And during that time, I can't think of my own characters' names. The spy master, Realis, met up with you guys, and I think that's kind of where you guys kind of filled him in a little bit on what happened, and that's kind of where we left off. I think. If anyone else has other details to add, please feel free. For the class.
We gotta find the Thieves Guild. Why?
Yeah,
Why is this guy such a dick?
we're supposed to find the Thieves Guild.
If you want to, yeah. They said you could come talk to. That's right. They said if you had an issue with him, you could come bring it up with
Their boss.
the boss.
Gotta figure out where that is. Who that is. Maybe he's just gonna rob us. Well,
So yeah, I
guess
think we're kind of leaning on Asher to find out. I guess we probably ask Spy Master, bro. He would know, right? Where
yeah,
Thieves
I
Guild
guess
would be.
I was gonna say the Spy Master is probably our best chance of getting any info, unless we like follow them back when they try and rob that guy.
They may change their plans now they know it's compromised.
Well, we never said anything about that guy, just that we attacked like Artemis in particular.
Yeah, we literally we kind of followed them out of the tavern, and when we saw an opportunity, we basically, or Jigen, webbed them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we attempted to single out Artemis, but he is in with the crowd. And there was a lot of freaking people here. There were like 8. And one dude made 3 short sword attacks. That hurt.
Yes.
We definitely
Hey.
told the group that we wanted Artemis. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
but that had nothing to do with the job they're trying to pull.
oh yeah. We definitely didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, we did not tip our hand in that regard. So,
Any intelligence or magical items on anybody?
You only killed the one person, and he didn't. He just kind of had his standard gear.
yeah, he had like a sword and a crossbow, but they weren't anything special. So what do we want to do? I'm assuming it's like, isn't it nighttime right now?
Yeah, it is nighttime.
So do we like,
Do people live in these buildings?
You take some time to look around. Like some of them are kind of. The city is pretty filled with, not survivors from Brindle, right? And so,
Refugees?
refugees, and so they, so you do see like there are people that are now like after everything's kind of calmed down, you do see people inside like peeking through some of the windows, kind of looking around a little bit. So yeah, even though some of these buildings are pretty rough, there do seem to be people living here. And you kind of, as you've seen kind of coming into the slums area, you have noticed, there's the people kind of on the side of the street, like you're more or less homeless of Denevar, beggars and the like. You've seen in like alleyways and things like that as well. So.
I wonder if they would know anything. Although, I mean, I think the Spy Master would probably tell us everything we need to know.
yeah, the Spy Master has been nothing but helpful so far. But do we want to try to pursue them tonight, or do we want to go back and sleep it off and go after it tomorrow? What's everybody feeling?
I burned a good amount of spells. I also only have 9 HP left.
Oh my god, what happened to you?
I got shot repeatedly and stabbed.
Oh, right. We sort of semi-split the group, and you were left out by yourself. I remember this now.
It also shows your max HP is 9 for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
You have 100% HP.
There you go. Doing good,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Why does it show me as having 9? I was like 60.
I think you were 69,
Giggity.
maybe.
So, do we go after them tonight or sleep it off? I'm somewhat in favor of sleeping it off. Did we ever hear when they were trying to do this crazy job?
He was still she wanted it sooner than later, it sounded like, but he said because of the complexity of it that it was going to require, he had to get buy-in from his superiors because he needed help, and that was going to take more time. Spymaster kind of said, I don't know exactly where it is. I can send some of my men to ask around, and we can try to figure out where it's at. It might take a couple hours, but I'm sure we can locate it, especially with all this commotion. Someone's got to have seen where they went. And he said so we could take a short rest while I take care of that, and then or if you want to come back later, I can look into it, and we could go later. I mean, there's no guarantee they won't have moved if you come to it at a later time.
I think we got to sleep it off because I burned so many resources that last fight just staying alive.
Yeah, I'm all in favor of sleeping it off. Also, Bardic Inspiration goes away at the end of the session, right?
Bardic Inspiration goes away after 10 minutes of game time.
No, then mine is gone. I forgot to uncheck the box. Trying not to cheat. If you guys are cool with it, I vote we go sleep it off at the tavern. Spymaster has his boys go figure it out, and we tackle this tomorrow morning.
Okay. So Easy Nut, he kind of nods and he asks says he'll kind of like lead you back to the general area, or if you had somewhere that you guys know you were going to stay, or anywhere you want him to take you before he separates from you to go look into the Thieves Guild thing.
Can someone catch me up because I have COVID fog, and also I wasn't here last week.
So we skipped last week, so because 2 people couldn't make it. Yeah.
Well, then it's just let's all.
It's just been 2 weeks, and you have COVID, brain. It's fine.
Terrible memory then. Why is the Spymaster working for us again?
You had come to him about the job that that Asher overheard was going down.
Okay, and and we're doing this job of our own volition to do good.
Yeah.
Well, so
Okay.
yeah, basically, what we did last session was more we saw Artemis and wanted a little bit of payback.
Yeah, it started with you guys were just trying to get more information as to what job was going down, trying to do good because you heard people were disappearing. Supposedly, the Spymaster was concerned about people disappearing. Some of the other people in court weren't so concerned about it, and some of the they've been working on some medical supplies, like kind of your CVS brand medical supplies, in order to kind of make sure that disease and things don't get rampant throughout the city with all this influx of refugees and stuff. And some of the warehouses had been getting hit, and so it was kind of more of to look into if the job had anything to do with those issues going on in the city, or those couple issues going on in the city. And then as you were investigating that, you came across Artemis.
I bought everyone in the tavern around, and Asher was keeping his eyes and ears open. And then, in the corner, unmistakable,
okay. That's right.
Asshole who stabbed and robbed us.
I guess my only concern is the more we delay, the more they have an opportunity to get a step ahead of us.
I mean, absolutely. But to Jigen's point of him burning a bunch of resources, we need that back.
I mean, they clearly outnumber us, and they're gonna be ready for us at this point anyway. So I think we've blown the offensive option.
Yeah, I mean, I agree almost to the point of like, well, I guess there's no harm in it. We don't want to die.
Well, and I mean,
Jigen's all-
not for nothing, but we did beat the ever living shit out of Artemis when his haste dropped. Asher and I gave him a pretty hefty 1-2-1-2. So I would assume he at least needs a nap. So I think we're good to just sleep the rest of the night and get after this after a good breakfast.
He mentions there's 3 different inns. You could stay at the. You could try to get rooms at the Leaky Tankard, which is where you had found Artemis, which is kind of the inn slash bar hangout area down here in the slums.
I don't
said-
think resting in the place where the thieves congregate is necessarily the best plan.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
I would leverage my background to try and get everybody space at the Temple of Ilmater if that's possible too, since I can allow shelter at any place of worship
for yourself, right?
for myself. But
Yeah.
like I'd ask like, hey, these guys, helped.
Make
I
a
mean, we're
in the
basically
horde.
converts at this
Yeah.
point.
Don't we all
So
have their holy symbols on?
Yeah, make a persuasion check with advantage just to see, since all of them also are. Yeah,
A 29.
So he does say there's like a higher end inn and a middle of the road kind of inn, but you kind of say, well, if, that you have accommodations at the Temple of Ilmater, and he says okay, and he kind of leads you kind of out to the temple district and points you in the direction of the Temple of Ilmater, where you are welcomed by your fellow brothers. You are all led to, they kind of like have a bunk room, and where it's comfortable enough but not lavish, obviously, because it's the Temple of Ilmater, so it's like kind of like straw bunks. There's a little chest you can like put your things at. Each bunk comes with its own like whip for lashing yourself, and they're all very helpful in whatever you need, and they give you some basic food if you want it. But unless there's anything particular you want to do, we can proceed to the next day.
I'm good, just resting.
yeah, I think I'm good too, but I have to go check on the kid real quick. I'll be back.
All right, so everybody can take a long rest here. And they offer you guys breakfast on the morning, the simple, hearty, like oatmeal type meal. And would you guys have set up with Alice to meet, for him to meet you guys, or would you want to go meet him somewhere?
I imagine we'd probably go meet him somewhere.
Okay. So
I'm
yeah,
not gonna drag him into a place of worship if
sure.
that isn't his thing.
He seems relatively indifferent. He's not a follower of Ilmater, but he doesn't seem uncomfortable. But he yeah, so do you have anything you guys want to do? So I'd say by the time you kind of kind of started your rest a little bit on the later side with all the commotion. But if you, well, I guess he was kind of like right around dusk. So yeah, I mean, I'd say it's like 8 or 9 in the morning. And you guys can proceed as you would like. Is there anything you would want to do before trying to meet up with him?
I don't have anything special.
Any supplies or anything?
Healing potions.
Yeah, does anyone want to buy anything before we get mugged?
Healing potions?
Yeah, I mean, if you want some healing potions, easy enough to.
Considering I have none, I don't think.
It isn't a bad idea to do some simple shopping.
Do we have materials to turn stuff into arrows that do more damage?
I don't know. What do you got? I think for the most part you've done them all.
I'm back. What
Do
did
we
you
still
do?
have 7 potions of greater healing?
You had a lot of you guys got a buttload of potions you haven't used.
Let's
Yeah.
disperse those.
Yeah.
Mind if I take like 2?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna take 2 too.
Make sure you remove them from the party inventory.
Also, be careful because updating the inventory at the same time will override each other's changes.
Yeah.
I'm in. Is anyone in there right now?
I'm not. Do you want to take 2 off for me?
Yeah, just take out the full 4.
I'll take 4 out. Editing right now.
Let's see.
I have 6 healing potions on me, so I'm not going to take any because I think that's.
Is these Razor Fiend claws and or the 10 teeth? Could they be made into arrowheads that do more damage?
I think so. I'm pretty sure, but let me double check here for you. They're Razor Fiend, you said?
Yes. So that's what we're-
Oh, any chance, do I have a lead on any place that would be selling a deck of illusions?
Deck of Illusions. Sorry. Trying to find this Razor Fiend. Yeah, I would say the teeth. Let's just say that you can make the teeth into
What's that cost?
oh, exact match. I would say, how many do you have?
It looked like there were 10 in the of the Razor Fiend. Let's see here. What else can be made into arrows? Dragon fangs, dragon claws, dragon hide, scales, and teeth.
Teeth can be made into weapons, like a knife or a short sword.
16 wyvern teeth that add 1d4 poison.
Yeah, so you could do that.
Dirge proboscis. Owlbear claws. So can we? I guess the 16 wyvern teeth and the 10 teeth of the Razor Fiend.
Okay, so 26. Yeah, like 2 gold.
Whoa, okay. Anyone want some of
Because
this?
it's just, I mean, it's really, you're just taking it to Fletcher, and it's relatively easy for them to do. So,
All right. You said
Did I
2
hear?
gold?
He did say 2 gold. Did I hear that we did do a long rest successfully? Was that right?
Yes.
yes.
Nice.
The Razor Fiend teeth add, I assume, what, 1d4, 1d6? 1d4.
Yeah, I think 1d4.
So I'll lump them under my tiger teeth,
Yeah, that's
my
fine.
gator teeth. And then the other ones do 1d4 poison.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, I am deleting them. There, they're updated.
Deck of Illusions, sorry. Yeah, so there's a couple magic shops you could visit.
We might
So,
sell that +2 blowgun for some good money.
yeah, there's the Black Lotus, which is in the kind of general district. It's kind of between where, like in a more middle class area. There is Trinkets and Tronkets, which is also kind of between the upper and middle class area, and then there is the Mellow Hippogriff, which is kind of a high end in the upper class district.
Yeah, I want to go fleece them.
Okay. Preference on which shop you go to first?
I think he meant the hippogriff, the happy hippie.
The Mellow Hippogriff.
Want to
Mellow
rip off a
hippie.
bunch of rich
Yeah.
people.
All right.
We're famous, right? Like we have a reputation.
Yes, kind of.
Kind of.
The people that got displaced from Brindle may not necessarily
They think it's our fault,
be
and they're not
too
totally
happy
wrong.
with us.
So you come to this. You ask around, and you come to this this really nice looking shop face. Kind of look in the window. The windows are really beautiful, and you see various it appears like there's they've got like a minor illusion spell on them, so they're like displaying like various ads for different things in the window. And you enter, and there's a human male who's seems to be about 50 years old, and he kind of welcomes you in, and welcome to my shop of curiosos. Let me pour you a cup of tea while you tell me what you're looking for. And you see him kind of grab some cups and start pouring some tea and handing them out to you. And it's very, very. You see him; he's like really well put together, and every picture of the sophisticated and worldly gentleman. What is it that I can? Anything particular you are looking for? And you kind of look around the shop, and it's very sparsely decorated. You don't see any items out on display.
Of course not.
But he asks if there's anything particular you're looking for, and if not, he says, if there's nothing particular you're looking for, please, I encourage you to browse through my the catalog of our wares, and he points to a catalog on the counter, and says, they're I meticulously maintain this catalog, and it shows all of our current all that we currently have to offer.
Anything that improves archery?
Is it actually like an actual handout, or is it just a
It's like
theater of the
like
mind?
if you ever bought like an oil filter at the auto parts store, and they have like the catalogs in the back, you can look up the numbers.
So it's just a theater of the mind thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we had like an actual list.
No, sorry.
How dare you?
That would have been smart. But if you mention you're looking for a deck of illusions, he does say that he has one. He just so happens to have one. That he would be happy
All right, I'll be
to
right there.
sell you. It is 6,500 gold.
6,500, you say?
Yes.
Definitely have that much gold.
Shreds, you say?
Give me a moment.
Sure.
We also
What
have some
is-
stuff we haven't sold yet either. We've got
Yeah, we're
the
sitting on
artwork.
a lot
We've got the
of
+2.
We got the blowgun, the +2 wand of war, mage, whatever that is.
On that, so I was going to pass on that.
What does
And I
that
don't think
do?
anyone else is multi-classing. It adds to your attack rolls with spells, but because I have holy spells, I don't make attack rolls with basically any spell,
Oh, you
except
feel like-
for guiding bolt, which I don't even have.
Hmm.
We've also got a few thousand gold and just black pearls. The only thing that I would ask that we don't sell is the diamond.
Well, how about this? Rather than make us house clean for the next hour, maybe I will.
Alright, so that opened really tiny. I was hoping it opened
Small.
bigger, but
It's
that's
tiny.
a list of his items. I don't know why. I have an idea. Hold on. See this picture.
Summon Greater Demon.
See if that comes up. Oh my gosh! Make it
Oh no,
big.
it's okay.
Oh, that one. If you hit open original on that one, it
Exactly.
comes out real big.
Yeah. Fire of sharpness. Oh.
Oh, and of course I just
What's a vicious javelin? Is it vicious like 3/5 vicious?
see. Pull up my D&D Beyond. Which I actually D&D Beyond's like search function actually kind of sucks.
Honestly, I use Google to look up items
Yeah.
because it's easier. And then I just click the link to either Roll20 or D&D Beyond.
Yeah, exactly. It is way easier. I was trying. Yeah, we've been. We've actually, like me and another group I play, and we've been. They D&D Beyond's located here, so we've been talking to them some. So they've been soliciting feedback from our using of it, which is kind of cool. All right, so vicious is when you roll a 20 on your attack roll. The target takes an extra 7 damage from the weapon.
Okay.
Let's see.
The only thing I would really need is anything that increases stuff with bows or archery or finesse or anything that increases defense, like a +2. studded leather or chain shirt or whatever the strongest, lightest armor is.
So he doesn't. He has bracers of defense, which would increase you by a +1, I believe.
Are those the ones that require you to not be wearing armor to make them work?
Checking because they might be. Yeah, you can't wear armor.
Is it just a
Um,
+1?
Bracers of archery. I can't swap
Yeah.
out bracers.
Anything that's going to increase your defense is going to be a +1. He says he could. He doesn't have anything right now in the shop, but he could. What specifically were you looking for? Sorry, like
What's the heaviest armor a rogue can wear? Obviously light armor, but
Depends
you
on your
can wear. Yeah.
well, does chain shirt exist in this? Like I have studded leather +1 studded leather now, I believe.
Yeah, so it's the difference is that so like your armor is going to limit how much your dex can add to your armor class. So like once you go into medium armor, I think you can only add a +2 dex to your armor class.
So the strongest defensive wise
Is
light
in the
armor
light armor. Yeah.
is studded leather.
Yeah.
Okay, there's not like chain shirt or anything like that.
There is, but it's a medium armor.
Oh, so like chain mail.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Does he have anything +2 leather or studded leather?
Oh, high end stuff. Let's see, +2.
I'd be willing to put my +1 towards it, depending on how much it costs.
He could probably source it for you. It'd take him a day, maybe 2. But it would be between, depending on how hard it is for him to get, between 8 and 10,000 gold. If you're
trade in
trading
my-
in your +1 studded leather,
Yes.
he would knock off 2,000 gold of whatever.
So 6,000.
Potentially, yeah. Between 6 and 8,000, depending on how hard it is for him to
I
get.
don't have that much. We don't have that much.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Never mind.
pretend like I'll say that I'm interested in Deck of Illusions, and then I hear the price, kind of saying that I'm not interested in it anymore for unrelated reasons.
Okay.
They have totally nothing to do with the price.
Okay. Just go ahead, make a deception check. Just to see if he.
I just noticed on this like widget, there's deception is misspelled.
Is it really?
Yeah.
He kind of says, "Oh, that's a shame. Well, if your circumstances should change, please do come back and see me.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you wanted to sell? He is open to buying things.
Yeah. I've got a ring of protection, studded leather +1.
All right, so ring of protection.
We got that +2 blowgun, I assume.
Would you say +1 studded leather, or
Mm,
just leather?
studded leather.
Wait, do you have a ring of protection on?
Anything else you'd want to sell?
Get rid of that +2 blowgun.
I mean, there's a +2 blowgun. Isn't there flaming crossbow +2? Yeah, flaming heavy crossbow. That counts as a +2 and fire damage, and nobody seems to want to use it. Although I probably Could. Should. That's still Dex, isn't it, though?
Is that a martial weapon? Oops.
Yes.
'Cause I should use that. Stupid hand crossbow sucks. Yeah, you know what? I'll think about it. We can come back once I go over this with my accountant.
Believe we said nobody wants that wand of the War Mage or whatever it is.
Yeah, nobody wants that. You're really quiet, Ash.
Oh, sorry, I was away from my mic.
Is it a +2 wand?
Yeah, I honestly don't know if that's why nobody was responding, is because they couldn't hear you or not.
The +2 wand?
It's +2 wand of the War Wizard.
Do you want to sell any of that stuff now? I mean, if you're mentioning the stuff,
If he's got the coin, we have lots of wares.
he's got the coin.
We got a lot. I mean, at the very least, we have
He's
a
willing
shit ton
to
of
add some
gemstones.
trade. So, like,
Blowgun.
We got a ton
all right.
of
So the
gemstones.
blowgun,
We got a
he would
blowgun,
give
we got all
you.
kinds of stuff.
He give you 2,500. No, he give you 3,000 gold for the blowgun.
Now that's the most we've been offered for anything.
I go
That's
with him.
great. Merriman, don't you think he's got some more coin that he can?
His pockets seem a little deeper.
Bought boggle oil. I don't have that for some reason.
He
I'm
thinks it's
kidding.
curious, but he's not sure.
It just makes you slippery. I
yeah.
don't think he wants that.
Well, you can put it by his bedside.
Hi-yo.
I did not consent to this adult gameplay.
All right, so let me do some accounting work here real quick.
Yeah, can
just
you?
clean the
Thank
party
you.
inventory up. So, the items I posted are what we had been quoted. Unless anyone's an objection, dump all of that. What will he give us for what I've listed?
For that kind of stuff, just add up the gold there, and he'll give you that.
Okay. So that's 15,100 gold in sales that we just made. That does not include selling the +2 one of the War Wizard or the Flaming Heavy Crossbow or anything else.
Yeah,
So
if you want to sell the wand,
let me remove that stuff from the party inventory at the moment that we've sold so far. Okay, I've cleaned up the party inventory so far.
you guys should have a pretty decent amount of gold.
As of right now in the party inventory, we have 19,000 plus gold sitting in the party inventory. Actually, 20,000 plus gold.
Nice. Do you want to sell more, buy anything, or move on?
I'm just updating shit right now. So if people want to buy or sell stuff, just let me know. I'm just trying to bookkeep.
Did we do that wand?
We have not sold it yet.
He'll give you another 3,000 gold for the wand.
Deal.
Okay. If Merriman, if you want to sell, he will give you for your +1 studded leather and the +2 heavy crossbow. Or you have the ring of protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for those 3 items, he would give you the deck of illusions
Which 3? The ring of protection, steel leather armor, and
and the heavy crossbow.
he would just okay. Yeah, deal.
Just make an even trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
won't even try to persuade him.
you have a deck of illusions, and he has those 3 things. Or were those all? So I think the +2 heavy crossbow is probably the only thing that was in the party inventory. Jigen. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
okay,
Right?
the +2 crossbow is gone now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let me update that as well. That wasn't a +2 crossbow. That was a flaming heavy crossbow.
It counts as a +2, though.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
We also have a 1600 GP scepter. I assume that's just flat value.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna sell that too then for 1600.
Yeah. For that kind of stuff, I mean, they got to make a profit, but still, it's just raw material wise. I feel like those are the prices that you would get. All right. Anything else?
Oh, are we still vendoring?
Yeah.
All right, so here's the tally. We still have more shit that we could possibly sell. Wait, why do we still have the jet black whip in there? We need to get rid of that because we gave that away.
Yeah. Give that away.
So we have in the party inventory 554 platinum, 25,258 gold, 12,503 silver, and 261 copper. We probably should
want-
upchange some of that gold or silver.
He can have paid you in platinum, so like you feel free to upchange as much gold to platinum as you want.
Because that's a lot of money to be carrying around,
Yeah.
especially that silver. Unless we want to make a improvised grenade using silver coins as shrapnel.
I say we just fill our pockets with coins and then we go into that thieves' den and see what happens.
Start throwing them at them.
Animated objects, baby.
Assuming nobody wants the staff of the python, would he buy that, and how much?
He he'd give you 1,200 gold for it.
All right, I think that's a deal. I don't think anyone's going to use it.
And he's saying he at this point he's going to either have to anything over 1,000 gold he's going to be tapped out on unless you do trade.
That's fair.
Without a run to the bank.
That's fair. We still have some other stuff to sell, but I'm not too worried about it right now. We got rid of a lot of the
Big
miscellaneous
ticket items too, probably.
We still have the Cloak of Montbank. I don't know how much that's actually worth, but that might be worth kind of just holding on to now.
I'm interested
Dimension
in
Door
possibly
is the
using
worst
that.
item.
Yeah, being able to Dimension Door myself and Asher where we want to be seems really valuable. Is he interested in buying the Doppelfloss?
No.
But it brings you good luck.
You could try to convince him, I guess, if you want.
That's alright. I feel like we've gotten enough money out of this guy.
You got quite a bit. All right. Anywhere good here or?
Yeah,
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I want to spray my perfume on myself.
Okay.
I have perfume that gives me advantage on persuasion.
Okay. You just
And
like
then
start spritzing yourself with perfume.
I do.
Okay.
Even
Oh,
though I'm
quite
wet.
unusual.
And I want to uh, impress upon him the need for him to give up his worldly goods and join the cause of Ilmater.
But
Okay.
Merriman
Making
caught
an
some.
impassioned plea.
Okay.
Merriman
At
clearly
times
caught some
musical, at
weird
other
disease.
I'm gonna roll intelligence to see if Jigen is smart enough to roll insight on this.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Like I said, Merriman caught some weird disease.
He,
So there's
he is
there's
very much
there's
noble. It's going
there's
to be
song
difficult.
and there's poetry and there's grave scripture and then just wailing.
All right. Go ahead and make a yes, a persuasion check.
Jesus.
Jesus. Let's see.
Help, my morality is being violated. I'm not smart enough to realize it.
he seems enthralled by what you have to say, and he says, "Yes, yes." He kind of agrees with you. A lot of this makes sense, and he says that he realizes the wickedness of his ways and living in such lavish life, and it's never been more clear to him. But he will liquidate his assets and donate it all to the church and live a more simple life from here on out.
Good, yeah, and I encourage him to keep in mind this fervor as he explains his change in faith to his former clientele.
He said, I see no other course of action." And you see at that point, like he like kind of already just starts like, you know, like just not. He kind of like stops carrying himself in such a somewhat haughty way, and kind of like while this was all happening, he like had spilled some tea on himself, and it was like kept like rubbing at it, like it bothered him, and now it's almost like he wants to spill more tea on himself.
Very good, very good. Can I ask his name?
Godfrey Brimble, Ilmater's
Godfrey
humble
Brimble.
servant.
So Godfrey, I'm gonna check back in on you.
Is he a human?
As-
Yeah, he's like a 50-year-old human.
Oh,
So I will come calling.
Well, I don't know how much longer the shop will be here, but I would be happy to see to learn from you some more on the ways of being a devout follower of Ilmater.
Yeah, you can begin by throwing your lavish, gaudy items into the river.
I will
Into the
consider,
river?
but I feel that the church will be much better served through a donation of these items to best serve the poor and things. Don't you agree?
Merriman's kind of a rogue priest. He sees himself that way.
Okay.
What is your alignment?
His alignment is COVID brain because what the hell happened to Merriman?
So, all right. So he says,
I'm good.
I mean, if you really think that's the best way, I will. I do not wish them to get into the wrong hands. I will make plans for throwing these into the river where it's unlikely others could use them to further their own gain.
I clasp Godfrey's hands in my own and look him soulfully in the eyes and say that he's doing Ilmater's work.
He like you see tears like welling up in his eyes from sheer happiness, and he looks on you reverently.
This poor bastard.
Merriman feels very, very good about what has happened here.
Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen, but my life's work has changed, and I must ask you to leave as I prepare to throw all my worldly possessions into the river.
Very good.
Which river is that going to be now? I want to make sure you're not going
That's
to.
not Valiant.
I don't want him to pollute the water we're drinking out of.
Says I must figure it out. I will determine at a later date. I have much to think about. Please leave me now. And you no longer need these teas and cakes. He kind of like takes them out of your hands and throws them in the trash. They are too luxurious. Now please, and he starts to like shoo you out of his shop.
Yeah, that sounds great. I thank him.
Meet up with Realis or anything else you want to do?
We don't have to role play it, but what I do want to do is I want to go to either a whorehouse or a temple of Ilmater, and I want to give away a bunch of my stuff.
Did you say you? Oh, you said a poorhouse, right?
I thought he said a whorehouse.
I heard
Yeah,
whorehouse.
Jenny was saying whore, and I was like, no.
I thought you were saying whorehouse. I was about to look
We
up.
all
I heard whorehouse.
We all heard
whorehouse.
whorehouse.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm suffering from some sort of crisis. Clearly,
So was it poorhouse or whorehouse?
poorhouse.
Okay. All right.
The
In that case, yeah, you could either go to the poorhouse or the
Or the whorehouse. I mean,
or the Temple of Ilmater. Up to you. I mean, you were just at the Temple of Ilmater. You guys spent the night there, so
yeah.
you could have either given them away there, or they could easily point you in the direction of any number of poorhouses in the city. So we could say you could have stopped and given that stuff away on your way to this shop, even.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just say I do that.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna be deleting a bunch of my own.
Okay.
Yeah, Merriman is committing himself to actually living
A life.
an avatar of Ilmater than he
And
was before.
Apparently others too.
Yeah, right.
I don't think I've ever seen involuntary asceticism before in a game, but well, here we are.
It was persuasion, not manipulation.
It was persuasion that, like, I don't know how you. I mean, it's not. 32 is just. Yeah, I kind of gave him a roll too to see how, to see what the difference would be, to see how persuaded he would be, and he rolled a 2.
Oh god.
So like, there
Yeah.
just was no.
Gospel. That's the gospel.
Yeah, he basically saw Jesus.
My dog is giving me the crazy eyes. I gotta tend to her, and I'll be right back.
Yep, no worries. All right, so you guys make your way to meet up with Realis, or any other possessions you wish to get rid of, or anything like that.
I think we've given enough stuff away so far.
So you guys kind of make your way towards the Capitol building, and as you pass down through the market square, you see various stalls set up for people vendoring various knickknacks and wares and fruits and vegetables and all kinds of things. You hear out of the corner of like you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye, and then you hear someone shouting, "Get your own vial of Marvelous Marvello's magical elixir before supplies run out." And you see kind of at the back of his cart, standing up on a box, Marvello, who you had met along on the road.
We did promise to sing his praises.
He doesn't seem
Merriman
to.
certainly remembers.
He doesn't seem to notice you, but if you wish to, he likes kind of like giving this whole spiel about how his elixirs are amazing, and for only a few silver pieces you can be free of that wonky foot or those warts that have been. It's kind of like basically sells it like Windex in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. If anyone,
Windex.
yeah. Like it's just like a cure-all for anything that you could possibly
Snake oil
imagine.
salesman, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I want to approach him.
okay. As you guys kind of approach, are you being just kind of openly approaching, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he says, ask these fine gentlemen here, these seasoned adventurers. They've tried my goods and not only live to tell the tale, but are better for it.
We have.
Yes, yes, we have. Merriman specifically.
This man sells the devil's brew.
As in a good way or a bad way?
Give a fire and brimstone right now.
Yeah, in a good way.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he's like unsure at first, and you kind of like elaborate a little bit, and yes, it's hellishly good. I don't know.
Merriman's definitely feeling a little bit full of himself.
It's good as hell, in a good way, and
Oops.
some
tried to
people
play
are a
that
little
off.
bit unsure, but he's. Let me see his performance check here. But he kind of like saves you a little bit and is able to kind of spin your words and kind of through the agreement of his claims about how well it helped you guys, he's able to kind of bolster the crowd, and he gets a number of people start handing him money and taking vials from him, and he kind of nods and thanks to you guys, and is quickly overrun with people trying to purchase his goods.
So I want to go up to Marvello. Is
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
And I'd like to press into his hand 500 gold coin.
He kind of like, let's see how he feels the weight of the coin, and he says, "Wow, what is this for? Please, it was on the house. Was there anything else you were wishing to purchase?"
Yeah, what Merriman explains what he'd like to do is he'd like to enlist his services in healing the poor and the refugees of this town, and he knows it comes at great cost to a individual entrepreneur like himself, and so Merriman wants to fund
Okay.
something, like all this all
Right.
his purchases in Elmater.
All right, he says, absolutely, and you see him start to just hand out some of the concoctions without charging, like not taking money from some of the people.
All right, we're good.
All right. You guys begin to walk away and get a little distance away. Make a Merriman, make a perception check with disadvantage. Or what's your passive perception actually?
Let me check. Passive is 13.
Okay. Let's So you see, like even more of the crowds have like kind of gone to him now that he started doing this. And then, but you guys make your way to Realis. He meets you, or you're able to call for him, and he kind of meets you at the temple gates or at the Capitol building, kind of outside as guards go and get him. He says, "You're good. You're here. I've located the entrance to the Thieves Guild. I haven't gone in yet. I figured to wait for you guys. My men just brought me. I just gained the information not long ago. I actually have people out looking for you. So I'm glad you're here. What are you ready to go?"
Yeah, I think we are.
I'm ready.
So he will lead you guys back into the slums. Until you guys appear outside a large building, or come to a large building and a set of double doors that lead into this building. There's a number of other buildings kind of around it, and on the outside it says Queen's Textiles, and it looks kind of like a manufacturing building. He says, "This is my information. This is the place. I'll follow your lead."
Well, can you tell me more about what this place looks like?
Yeah, so it's a stone building. You see there stone walls all around. There's no this appears to be the only visible entrance into the building. Appears to be just a single story. It is a good bit larger than a number of the other buildings around it. The roads here are not like super well kept or anything like that, and it is kind of in the slums district, and you see there are other factories around here that you kind of passed on the way into this area. It does seem to be more of like a warehouse and manufacturing area, because buildings are cheap, space is cheap. If something bad were to happen, people don't care as much. Kind of things. Also, some of the things that people make here are, or laundry washing facilities. Like the stench down in this area is not super pleasant. But yeah. But otherwise, the building itself, like, it looks worn, but like the walls, but also in decent repair compared to some of the other buildings you pass. Like, there's no like cracks in the walls or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think I'll let Asher take the lead on this then.
Yeah. So
Are there any other ways in?
no.
All right.
Did we find
the men
the?
have scouted the whole place?
Yeah, you go around the whole thing. You do not see anything. This appears to be the only entrance.
How does he know this is the place?
He said he asked around a bunch, and his men have asked around, and he's pretty sure this is the place.
All right.
I actually have to take off, guys. I'm getting pretty tired.
Yeah, no worries.
So feel free to play without me, but I'll be able to stay the whole night next time.
Sounds good. We will probably finish up in 15 minutes or so anyway.
Cool. All right, good session.
Yep, hope you feel better.
See ya.
See ya.
I'll search the front for any kind of anything of possible early warning systems or traps of any kind.
Yeah, you go ahead and make an investigation.
Perception? Wink, wink.
Sure. So you kind of like quickly look around, take some time, and look at the door and around, and you see there's a decent amount of foot traffic that seems to kind of come in here. But it seems to be a pretty like relatively like well made but basic wooden door. You don't see any signs of traps or anything like that.
All right. Is it locked?
It is locked.
All right. Crack my knuckles. Break out the thieves' kit.
Go for it. The door explodes and you die.
Again.
The relative it's a well-made lock, but relatively basic, and without too much trouble, you're able to pop it open.
All right. Everyone be quiet. So as quietly as I can, creep in. Is
Right.
there light coming from anywhere?
You crack open the door, and you can see there.
Because it's nighttime, right?
No, this is the day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like mid-morning, right?
Yeah. You see there appears to be a low fire, in a hearth. Can you see inside now?
I could see that little corner, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So there's a little
peek
low
in.
fire burning in hearth there, and it appears to be. You kind of come in. 1 second. You enter the room. There is no one currently occupying this room, but there are signs that the room is occupied, has been occupied at various times. You see a sign like a back against one wall, like probably like over right here, that says, Queen's. What's the word? Anyway, like textiles type thing, and there are you see like the small table kind of contains some like half-eaten loaf of bread, some cheese. Seems like it's been left out there at least overnight. The furniture is wooden and simple, and you see 3 doors in the room. And each door contains a door plate on it. So there's a door directly in front of you to the north, and then one to your east and one to your west. Each door plate, the one to the west says restrooms, the one to the north says welcome, and the one to the east says enter. At the back of the room, you see a table that contains a number of drinks. There's a bottle of red wine, a cask of yellow mead, a can of milk, a pot of black coffee, and a number of cups set out next to them. And above the drinks is a plaque that reads, "The Queen bids all who had passed safely drink in her true name. The drink is a drink more pure than water, and one more deadly than poison. When you finish your drink, it fills your cup, but you'll die if it's all you have to drink." And that's currently what you see.
Does my knowledge of thieves can't help in any way with any of these scenarios or the writings or the riddles?
None of it appears to be in Thieves' Camp.
Okay. Check the doors. Why does one say enter and one say welcome? I'll check the restrooms.
We need to solve the riddle.
So you open the door to restrooms.
I check the door.
Appears to be a simple wooden door with no lock.
All right.
Well made and tightly, like there's no window or anything on it. It's just like a
Is
tight.
there any noise coming from anywhere
Make a perception check.
other than heavy breathing, dragon breathing behind me?
You don't hear anything other than heavy dragon breathing.
Shut up.
All right. Quietly open the bathroom door.
You open the door, and what greets you isn't restrooms, but a thick, heavy green fog fills the corridor and doorway there, and it seems to kind of like roil and move about a bit. It doesn't seem to be like moving quickly towards you or anything, but it is thick to the point where you can't see through it.
My dark vision glasses don't help at all.
Nope.
Looking through it.
Not at all.
That's interesting.
You leave the door open or you shut it?
No, I shut it.
Okay.
And explained to everybody. I saw some very quietly some strange green fog in there. That's
Yeah,
odd
it's like-
for a restroom.
Or not, depending
Or
on the
not.
restroom.
Yeah. We don't know where Jiggins, what it was like for him.
Wow.
Check this door
No,
here.
racism is real.
Similar, the door looks identical.
All right. This one says enter. The other one says welcome.
Yes.
What do you think, guys?
I think we need to solve that riddle.
Can
Yeah.
you post- what was the riddle again? I'm gonna type it.
Here. I'll post it for you.
Be paste. Safely.
You open that door?
No, not yet. It fills your cup, but you'll die. If it's all you have to drink. So you got to drink 2 different types of drinks, maybe? Or at least
And
more than
here.
one?
So, let me tell you. For the drinks,
What were they? Coffee and... Oh, you're writing that down?
Yep.
Bottle of red wine, cask of yellow mead, can of white milk. How many cups are set out?
probably like 6.
Do we have any kind of way to detect magic? Or poison?
Not I.
Nope.
It sounds almost like breathing and not drinking. It makes me think of air. But I guess that doesn't fit with the bottle theme.
More pure than water, more deadly than poison. Fills your cup.
Well, wine
Um,
is purified water effectively in medieval settings, but
No,
because of the alcohol content, but it also is poisonous.
your comment
More deadly than
about
poison?
but what fills your cup when you finish your drink? Air.
Air.
That I'm too stupid to think of a better answer.
You'll die if it's all you have to drink.
If you don't have anything to drink except air, you will die pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, air is a component of water. We're getting a little bit scientifically meta, though. But when I hear that, and I'm speaking out of character as of Jiggin, obviously, since he's not the most worldly, my gut reaction, my trigger is like air.
What do we know of this queen? Is this a reference to any kind of deity? Do we
It
know?
appears to be the name of the warehouse says Queen's Textiles.
It could be a reference to some kind of deity of thieves or poison or drinks or anything like that. I don't know anything about the gods in 5e, so
They're the same.
But does Asher know anything about potentially a queen of something?
knowledge, religion, 1. Does any of this ring a bell, religion-wise? A queen who's into possible thievery, trickery, riddles.
You
related
know
to-
of there's like the Bright Queen and the Raven Queen, but none of them have are associated with with thievery or trickery or anything like that. Like the Raven Queen is a goddess of death, and I don't know the other ones, but yeah, nothing that.
Any deities that relate to these beverages?
Uh,
Queen
oh,
related to wine or mead or milk or coffee.
not that you can recall. No.
Well, you didn't die from opening one door. What's another?
Yeah, let's peek this other door.
Okay, you open the door.
Sure. After listening.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check. You also don't hear anything.
All right. I quietly open the door.
You open the door and you see a thick blanket of, not even blanket, but the entire hallway is filled with this like incredibly thick green mist / fog.
Same as the others.
Hmm.
All right. Same thing on this door. I'll listen
Same thing.
and open the door. Same thing. Green.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Methinks we have to solve the riddle to get rid of the fog.
Unless the fog is like a poison and something that we have to drink is the antidote. I mean, that would fit with the air theme, but then that's getting a little weird because
What's going on in the fireplace?
what's the queen's
Like
true?
low coals, fire.
Any levers or latches hidden up behind it or around it, under any of the tables, under the rug?
Make a perception. With the lowest being 19. Yeah, no. There doesn't appear to be any levers, latches, anything like that. You find, nothing out of the ordinary. Just appears to be a normal hearth.
All right. Who's got the highest fortitude?
Would have to imagine Valiance.
I mean-
I've got a 16.
Con, right? Constitution?
Yeah.
Probably me, because
Get in here, buddy. Pick one of these.
yeah, sure, why not? Which one?
Whatever tickles your fancy. What do you like? Wine, mead, milk,
mead
coffee?
for sure.
None of the colors match, right? So we got red, yellow, black, and white.
Are there any
wait a minute,
textiles in here?
Don't red and yellow make green?
There's
No, red and yellow make orange.
you see like a couple like bolts of cloth behind like the table, like propped up against the wall, and you do see like on the chest there appears to be like a like those like swatches on a ring, like of different colors.
Can I look at the cloth? Is there anything?
I mean, it appears to be decent cloth. It's nothing significant about it outside of being, one appears to be like a cottony material, the other more of a silk.
Well, Valiant, if you don't drink something, I will.
I mean, I said I was going to drink the mead,
Oh, okay.
but I'm.
Valiant drink
What do
mead.
I do after that?
Let's see if you die.
So you pour a cup of mead.
Yeah. Given that Asher has beaten me unconscious at least once before, I'm not entirely sure I trust him. What?
I never beat you unconscious.
Yes, you did.
I did.
There was an axe involved. It kind of made me
axe.
want to murder all of you.
That's right.
Yeah. You tied me up, and I was already tied up, and then you beat me unconscious.
That's true.
I don't think I trust you.
Well, if you're not going to drink it, he's going to hesitate. I'll do it.
All right, what are you guys doing? Which one of you drinking it?
I don't trust him. I don't think
I'll
he's
drink
telling
it.
me the truth.
I'll
All
take it out of his hand and drink it.
So you take the glass of mead out of Valiant's hand and tip it back and take a drink.
Yes.
And it is sweet as it hits your lips. And that is the last thing you remember as the rest of you see Asher hit the ground unconscious.
Serves him right.
Like passed out.
Can I rush to him and tend to him?
He seems perfectly healthy. He's just passed out.
He's a lightweight who
sleeping.
can't handle his booze.
But it's like a heavy sleep. You shake him and he does not stir.
I'll burn a spell slot and cast Lesser Restoration on him. Does anything happen?
It doesn't seem to be strong enough.
Well, it's not
Damn.
poison, and then if it's... I look at Valion confused.
I'm just gonna kind of
You
shrug.
If you want, you can make a medicine check.
Sure, why not? My skill of 1.
Yeah, you just. I mean, he doesn't seem to be dying, and he doesn't none of his vital signs seem to be off or anything. He just seems to be in an extremely deep slumber.
Told him
No, all right.
that was a bad idea.
It would seem you guessed wrong.
Well, Merriman's not here, so we can make him drink whatever we want, right?
You could.
What are you thinking, Valion? Because I'm at a...
I mean, he had the meat already, right?
Yeah, he had the...
Well, what would the queen drink?
Queen would
Pure
probably drink
air,
wine.
probably the wine.
I mean, I don't know.
Are you guys all inside?
Jigen is like... Well, yeah, Jigen would have to be to tend to Asher.
I mean, yeah, I stepped inside to grab the flagon. I'm very scared now.
I know you're unconscious, Asher, but if I am okay if you want to think this out with your fellow players.
I kind of want to be the last person to do anything or not do anything because I don't want to be the person who can't medically tend to anyone. So I don't want to also treat that as I'm not doing anything, but I think if people are going to risk stuff, it should not be me.
Yeah, I'm just too stupid to figure out the riddle in game and for real. So, yeah, I will assume that Jigen has read everything as well, and I trust my little green buddy. What should I take a swig of? I'm kind of thinking the wine. Either the wine or maybe the milk.
You want to make Merriman drink something first?
Can we put the fog in the cup? If we open the door and just stick the cup in, can we get a cup full of fog? Because you said it kind of just slowly, menacingly hovered there, right?
Yeah. You could try. It might it's moving around, so you get the sense that it probably wouldn't stay in the cup. Something seems to be circulating this fog in the space.
I don't know. You can try the wine if that's what you think. I am completely tapped for ideas, so I have no clue what. There must be something either environmentally or situationally we're missing.
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
What
Hello.
happened? Did you guys get booted out?
Nope, just
No,
you.
just you.
Like, it was not a good time for my whole computer to like glitch and freak out after drinking poison stuff.
You
Oh, we
just
thought
Some
you
of
were
your
just role
messages
playing.
just
Like,
now
really?
come
Well, I'm out, guys. Bleep. No. What the hell?
The
That
DM was
was
even
fucking
giving you
weird.
permission to like talk and stuff, and you were just remaining silent. I'm just gonna. Can I just roll perception to just like look around the room and see if anything stands out to me, or is that
Sure.
investigation at this point?
I mean, Asher got a 19, but yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I'll just look. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe something stands out to my goblin brain or my cleric brain, or I don't know.
You kind of look around. You
It
don't.
wasn't a very good roll.
You don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Like the only thing you notice is like there is a little bit more like the swatch of cloth that you like picked up has kind of a there's a decent amount of dust on it for having like it doesn't look like it's been used, like anyone's really looked at it at all. And you do note it like you kind of look and there is just like the faintest layer of dust like over like the cups, but not but yeah, you don't there's nothing like blatantly out of the ordinary.
I think just a giant trap, and the actual answer is just to ignore the fog and go through it. Diane, go poke the fog with your sword and see what happens.
Okay. Which door? What have we opened already? Bathrooms.
All
and
the
what?
doors are the same.
Well,
You've opened them all.
Oh, we
one
have.
had a hallway, didn't it?
You can't see really past like a foot inside, and then it's just fog. So like there's no so I say corridor, but like it's really like it's just narrow. Like you can see the wall. It's like a 5-foot space, and it's just fog.
I don't know. I'll heal you if anything bad happens. I got your back.
All right. Yep, that tracks. What you said the signs of the doors were not in whatever speak, just like regular. What were it? Was bathroom, exit, or enter and welcome.
Yep.
I want to go with the one that says bathrooms.
Okay. So that's this one down here. So you open the door. What do you do?
Chicken said I should try to poke the green fog with my sword, so I will do that. I'm gonna unsheath Frostbrand, and if there are any non-magical flames, I would like to extinguish them within 30 feet.
The fire and the hearth goes out, and the room is now in darkness.
Fantastic.
Other than a little bit of light coming through the window.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah, I would like to, I guess, poke the green fog with my sword.
You poke the fog, and it kind of swirls around it, and you see little ice crystals crystallize over the tip of your blade. Well, actually, you don't because it's in darkness. But you pull it back, and you see little ice
There's
crystals.
little shinies on the tip. All right. Can I retreat back into the room and attempt to rekindle the hearth to get a better look at what I think just happened to the sword?
Yeah. By the time you do all that, whatever little bit of ice crystals have melted away, and nothing seems to be. The sword seems fine.
So the fog is some kind of liquid then.
It's like, yeah, I mean, right, fog is like a heavy mist.
I mean, as far as we know,
that means it's not like just illusory or something. Because if it actually reacted with frostband, then that means it's a real environmental object.
there's
Well, in
there's a
theory.
thing. It is not, as far as we know, it is not an illusion, or it's a super strong one. In which case, we should probably not fuck with it. But yeah, poking the fog with my sword made the sword weird and cold, even though it's already frozen somehow. So magic.
I mean, your soul is frozen, so like, if it hits liquid like that, I would assume that any liquid on the surface of your
yeah.
sword would
No,
freeze.
you know what? Yep, that makes a lot of sense. How many times have I said in real life barbarian intelligence? Because
Like 30, 40.
yeah, not enough was the right answer. But thank you for playing the game.
What you
What do
doing?
we do?
Just go like touch the fog. See if anything happens to your hand.
Can I? No,
I'll heal
so
you. It'll be fine.
you'll try. We haven't taken the wine yet. Is that right?
All you've drank is the mead.
Okay. Can I take like a half of the glass of wine and drink that? Leave the other half in the glass and just kind of start running forward through the doorway.
So
this is
you pour
only
a
gonna
glass
end
of
well.
wine. Take a drink of like half the glass. You said.
I want to make sure that I still have something in my glass to drink, but yeah, I'm gonna take a little sip of the wine and
You come over.
hopefully
Where do you want to drink
die
your
a
wine?
horrible death.
Take a sip of you get like taking the glass of wine and getting ready to run kind of thing.
I would like to. So when I was touching the fog with the sword, was I like already through the door?
No, you're like right at the door.
Okay. I would like to take a sip and swallow, and then cross the threshold of the door while keeping
a sip. The wine touches your lips. It's sweet notes of chocolate and coffee. And
so a nice Cabernet.
the last thing you remember as you hit the ground.
Goddamn.
And you said I noticed a layer of dust over like all these glasses, like they aren't really used even.
Yeah, just a very faint layer. Like they haven't been sitting here unused for like months on months on months, or weeks even. But it's been a while since. It's been maybe like a day or like 2 or 3 days worth of dust on them.
Why'd you tell me to drink,
This
you
seems true
jackass?
of all of the.
They have no, not of all like. There's no dust on like the table, and like the chairs all seem used, and it's just like there's like the swatch of cloth stuff like kind of sitting on the shelf over here that had like dust on it, like it hadn't been moved in a long time, and but like a long time, and then but everything like the room seems used, but like the doesn't appear that the cups have moved, and like there's just the hint of an outline of dust like when you remove one. Like if you hadn't nat 20'd on that perception, you probably wouldn't notice.
All right, chicken. What do you want Merriman to drink?
Is the
Leave
milk
you
like
all
curdled
alone.
or old or anything, or is it fresh?
No, it seems pretty fresh.
I look at Merriman baffled at this point and tell him like, I just
Like
your
it's not
guess is as
curdled
good
or
as
anything.
mine.
I mean, I say can of milk, like, but like, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem, the milk doesn't seem bad.
I will let Merriman be his own, and by that I mean I'll let the DM or Valion choose, or Asher,
When you
his
guys
own
pick,
agent of
he'll drink
chaos.
whatever.
Is he willing to touch the fog since Valion wimped out?
I touched it. Nothing bad
Yeah.
happened.
You didn't touch it with your
I say
hand.
I'm not
You
going to make
did-
him touch the fog.
You
He'll
didn't
drink
tell me to
something,
touch it.
That's a bad sign if the DM won't make him touch the fog. That's meta
Honestly,
knowledge, but
like,
No, it's really not. I know Leif. He would not. He's not that way.
I just don't want him to.
Yeah, no, he's not.
I'll let him drink because you guys know what the outcome would be if he picks wrong. But
I tell him to drink the milk and the coffee, mix it together.
Oh God, both.
Go for both.
so he drinks. He please says, "Okay, that sounds awful." So Ilmater would love it, and he'll mix milk and coffee, take a sip, and makes a grimacing face, and also hits the floor. Passed out.
So I'm the only person conscious right now?
You and the spy
are.
master.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah. He's been sitting right behind you this whole time.
I look at him with confusion. I'm like, so, you have any ideas?
He shrugs and says, "Well,
I didn't even realize he was actually here. He probably thinks we're a bunch of idiots.
he
We
says,
are. We are a bunch of idiots.
he says this is not what I was expecting, but I suppose that's what this is. This has been put here for, and this is much easier than we thought it would be." And he lets out a whistle as he draws his short sword. And he says, "You probably don't want to make this difficult for us."
Oh, I knew he was a fucking rat bastard.
That's where we'll pick up next session. Unless you're going, I mean, I'll let you decide what you want to do. But he basically is either going 1v1 you, or you're going to come quietly. And and you can assume it seems to be 1v1 for now.
Yeah, I'll 1v1 him.
Okay.
So let's go into initiative.
So, all right.
Oh
See,
man.
I'm going to say, well, he's. So I would say with his, let's see, where's his?
Big dick jigging, ready to throw down.
Apparently, yeah. God damn.
Okay, that's a 13.
The initiative tracker's not up. Do you want me to just throw it?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Return his.
Oh no. Didn't you say he hit 13 on his?
Mm-hmm.
That just means he goes
Oh,
first.
boy.
I'll take this fight.
Oh man.
All right, he is. Where the hell? Why? There he is. All right, I'm just gonna put him up. All right. He is going to cast silence on the room.
You can cast spells. What is he?
Don't know.
He's a
He's
spy master. He's got a bunch of tricky shit up his sleeve.
Mm.
And gosh, he doesn't like fighting in confined spaces. But casting a spell, he will bonus action make an attack with his short sword. The 15 to hit,
That does hit.
and
I feel like my AC isn't being factored.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. I had more AC than 12. What happened? Oh, there we go. No, that doesn't hit.
what's your AC?
17. I was going to
17,
say,
okay.
for some reason, my character sheet wasn't factoring my Elven Chain in.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
It was
just
giving
got
me a
that.
natural AC rather than
bonus,
my
right?
my Elven Chain. So yeah, so that misses.
Okay, and then he is going to back into the doorway here. And your turn.
Okay. He's being a little. He's being a little nasty. Oh, I see something measuring. Uh-oh.
Shh, just let it happen.
Can I drag Asher?
You can try, yeah.
Like, how much does he weigh? Or how
How much
hard
do
would
you
it be?
weigh, Asher?
Let's see.
No, man. This is not going to go well for me.
He's tall and skinny. I don't know. I don't have the weight there.
I don't know. Let's say 100 and
175,
one.
180.
Yeah,
What about Valion? How heavy is
Valiant's
Valion?
over
A lot.
200 pounds.
And what's that he'd probably be pretty hard to move, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm. All right, I'm going to step forward. Going to use subtle spell to bypass silence.
Okay.
And I'm going to activate Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
At 5th level.
Okay.
Chicken taking no prisoners.
Wisdom save. Fails. Oh. Is that 26?
Sounds right.
Okay. And silence drops.
Okay.
All
I'll end my turn there and let him go.
right. He'll back up 1, so you can make an attack of opportunity if you.
Sure,
Actually, he's going to disengage
Okay.
as a bonus action, and then he is going to multi-attack as he reaches up and grabs a black arrow with yellow fletching and adds it to his bow, and he takes a shot at you. Does Spirit Guardians hit him on this turn?
At the start of his turn, it would attack him unless he makes a save. Well, he'd take
Half damage.
half damage.
So, what is that? 26.
Another 26.
He's a
Damn.
fan. He is going to. All right. So, this arrow. All right. So So you see, as he shoots this arrow, it like all of a sudden splits into 7 different arrows.
7?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And each arrow is, let's see, a 13, a 13, a 30 hits, so that's 11 points of piercing.
Yeah, the 11's a hit.
22 for 12 points.
12's a hit.
1, 2, 3, 4. 22 for 12 points. 5. 23 for 7 points. 6. And a 13 misses. And he'll pull out another one of those as he gets 3 attacks.
Jesus.
So 8. So 21 for 12 points. 21 for 11 points. 23 for 10 points. 30
I'm
for 12
unconscious.
points. Yeah. So as you go unconscious, man, he burned all his good arrows. Well, yeah, I got really good rolls on those D4s. So you go unconscious, Spirit Guardians drops. He's not loving life because of Spirit Guardians. And yeah, pick up there next week.
It's unfortunate. If only he had given me one more turn, everything would have come to fruition.
Or were you going to drop on him next?
Actually, if he had not cast Silence, I was going to extend spell World of Recall and instantly teleport all of us back to the Temple of Ilmater.
Oh, that would have been
I had to get everyone within 5 feet, so
that would have been smart.
if he didn't have Silence up, or if he didn't one hit me or one round me there, I would have been a magicked it and then teleported us all away. So
Yeah,
unfortunately,
Spirit Guardians hits way too. Like he would have lasted a little bit longer to Spirit Guardians, but not much. It hits so hard, he just pulled out all his big.
well, I did cast it at 5th level because I wanted him to kind of fuck off.
Yeah, and I got really lucky on his rolls for how many arrows that thing splits into.
Yeah, that was a pretty obscene amount of damage.
Yeah.
So
7
I
is a
guess we're
lot.
in their hands, and we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, time to escape from the Thieves Guild. I'm sure that's going to be easy.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we seem to be in pretty big trouble, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, no, we're after EA.
Well,
But hey, we'll figure it out.
GG, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hey, guess what? We had a session. So yes, GG.
So
Good session.
I don't because it won't matter. You guys had it from the beginning. I just want to say
What?
the answer is nothing.
What I thought. Yeah.
I hate you.
So we just what? Did we just went through any of the doors?
Mhm.
We would have been fine.
Yeah. The riddle in itself is kind of a trap, right?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
That tracks so much. Our group, we definitely overanalyze way too much.
I really didn't see it panning out this way, but I'm really glad it did.
What? We literally took an entire session like trying to decide how to approach the Feign. How do you mean you didn't see it panning out this way? It's literally our MO. Like what? Analysis
I like riddles.
paralysis is us. Like we are analysis paralysis personified.
This is also the problem with playing a low worldly character.
Mhm.
Too, is like how it's hard to say how much of this like I think the answer is nothing, but would Jigen know that the answer is nothing? And I think the answer to that is no. He wouldn't know that the answer is nothing.
Right.
So it's that's a rough situation.
Yeah, that is hard.
See, I am just playing a character that matches my real life intelligence, so none of those problems happen.
You make me so excited for future puzzles in the game.
Yeah, well, as long as I don't forget that I cannot be charmed or feared while raging, and, probably should have killed everyone when I had the axe the first time.
I will say, like, of all the puzzles I've looked at, this is one of the harder ones that I've seen, but I felt appropriate for getting into a Thieves Guild. I didn't want it to be too easy.
No, I think it's good.
Yes.
There's another module, I can't remember the name of it, but this kind of reminds me of where the entrance to the dungeon is a door that counts down and flashes, and you get locked in a room. And the solution is just to let the door time down. But there's a button in there that every time you press it, it starts the door counting down again. And so the actual trap is that you basically stay in there, keeping the door resetting until you reach exhaustion.
That's awesome. All right. Well,
that was interesting. So
yeah,
TG.
that is interesting. I'm getting over being sick, so I should probably get to bed. So
yep, I don't want to keep everyone that.
Yep, we'll catch up later. All right, it was fun. See you guys next week.
Talk in Discord.
All right, bye.
Night.